Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be taking a look at Savathun's Spire. You'll either want to get a fire team together with some glitching buddies, or go in with a solo script running, because unless you're doing Legendary, you can't go in solo. I'm not quite sure how Legendary works, but at least for regular, it doesn't matter too much if you beat the initial encounter.
Savathun's letting you in.
Guardian, remind Imaru why that is.
Because trying to keep us out would be pointless. Anyways, some of the beginning encounters are a fair bit more difficult than others, and if you're running random glitching gear like I am here, you may find it a bit challenging. But like I mentioned before, if you just let the timer run out, you'll get the ladder up all the same. Nice and easy. Of course, if you got a fire team with you, you can save a few minutes and get the same results. As you can see right here, there was something of a teleport, and those of you who have done out-of-map shenanigans before may have an idea of what we're about to walk into. Anyways, the hole that I'll be showing you here is before the next round of encounters, so nice and convenient if you're looking to get out of map without having to do too much of the actual gameplay. We'll be getting out right around here. You'll need to exit the lift before the teleport. Right around the ridge here will do. Unfortunately, you can't just jump back into it because you won't be high enough up. But a single grapple or something like that will get you there. If you accidentally hit the teleport, you're going to want to make sure you don't set a spawn point. So I'm just going to die against this wall with ricochet rounds. And since I wasn't standing on the ground for too long, I should spawn right back up on that lip. The extra height you need isn't really that large. A single grapple or stasis nade or something will do it. From there you can ride the lift all the way to the top. Although, strictly speaking, that isn't necessary. All of the slanted side pieces are intangible, so as soon as you're at that level, you can head out. And the lift extends a little bit above the ceiling, so that's fun. This dev texture sort of thing caps all of the sections of the spire. Let's see about this structure off to the side. A running theme of this area is that there are death barriers basically in between every layer of interesting stuff. But luckily, if you go far enough out to the side, you can avoid those. Luckily for us, the tubes around sections of the spire are also intangible. So you can kind of see the structure we've got going on. There's about 5 of these tubes, and you go from the bottom to the top and then get teleported to the next one. You can see another one of those surfaces of dev structures there. Luckily for this one, we can actually go in and avoid the death barriers. It may look like you can just fly into the side there, but this wall is solid. I don't actually want to set a spawn here, so let's go ahead and die and get teleported back up. The slanty side next to where I hit the solid window is probably intangible, but anyways, let's take a look at going upwards. For this, we'll need to be doing some navigator flying, so hopefully you've managed to get that exotic. I would recommend facing towards the thing we're climbing, just to have a reference point, so you are less likely to lose track of the little green dot. It can be a time-consuming process, but luckily I was doing this before the great DDoSing, so time wasn't as much of an issue. But it's still somewhat error-prone, so I would recommend taking a moment to set a spawn at each one of the layers you pass. Anyways, there's no need to see all of this, so let's skip ahead. You'll want to make sure you are sufficiently high up before you approach this next layer, because there is a death plane that is kind of close to the top of it. At this height we should be good. I would also recommend landing on the elevated section just to be extra safe. I seem to remember the death barrier is not all that far below this. You could probably blink down if you wanted to walk around on the top of that, but let's see. Oh, it looks like we can stand on this. That's a little bit further down than I thought we could go. Ammo's getting a bit low, so we might as well set up to gen more next time we die. You want to set your max ammo low while you are alive and raise it after you die. Yep, that barrier wasn't that far. Anyways, now that I have generated ammo back up to close to full, let's get going to the next layer. There was a lot of trial and error going into finding out about where these death barriers are. Which is why I would definitely recommend setting spawn points whenever you have the opportunity to. And a bit more grapple climbing. You can see up there are the 3 sort of arenas for, I guess, the final boss encounters. Don't quite remember how many of those we've seen. I think we've probably seen all of them. Oh, and I messed that up. Hopefully that's high enough. Let's take a look. Ideally, I would have landed on the structures you see to the left and the right, but I didn't quite get high enough before messing up the grapple. Well, this looks pretty. Kind of flying through some Aurora-like things. And below and to the right is where you would be going through on this part of the spire. Wonder if this will be enough to set a spawn point. Hopefully, it's kind of a lengthy climb to get back up here. It is quite a sight. I wonder if this is the mirror room, or perhaps the kind of boss arena we got where we had to clear the bells. I don't know why I'm surprised. And looks like I gotta do that fight again. See you in a bit. Alright. Well, I'm about back to where I was before, except a little bit higher up. So this time I can actually land on those side sort of structures. They look kind of like elevator shafts, which would be pretty convenient, but we pretty much have to take the stairs. Kind of weird hit detection there, but given that we never actually come out here, I think I can forgive that. One of the nice things about grapple points is it resets the catapult height ceiling, so just need one to get up here. Got that same sort of slanty, intangible wall here, so we can gaze into the inside. Let's see about getting on top of this higher level roof. Well, at least this piece is solid. Plus that means now we've got a spawn point up here. Kind of a nice view. We've reached the top of the swirly stuff. Ah, and here is where we were before. Let's see how far we can drop down if we're not inside that cylindrical column. Oh, and might as well take the time to gen some ammo again, because why not? We've still got one layer to check out, so let's head on over to the side. Luckily, everything is just as intangible as it is in every other layer, so we can easily head over there. Lost a little bit too much height. Let's see about regaining some of that. There are almost certainly kill planes around us, so I want to have a little bit of height before approaching. I recognize at least 2 of these. Oh. Yep, as I feared, there are death planes all over. And can't really go too much higher or you hit the true ceiling. Oh. Hello, Avi. Well, let's head on back over there. So I definitely recognize the one on the left and the center one. I'm not as sure about the one on the right, but could very easily be one of the ones we get to regularly. Before I head out, I figured I'd let you know what I am currently working on. I'm trying to reach the Oversoul in Crota's End. It's kind of tricky because all of the load zones are hidden around teleports. My best plan currently involves going from the entrance to the end of third encounter in the same instance, but unfortunately with the DDoSing that is hard to do, so I haven't made too much progress. But hopefully I'll figure something out.